Hello, and welcome to this message for Tuesday, the 30th of June. As we move into a new month and as lockdown eases, how safe do you feel at the moment? How safe do you want to feel at the moment? Do you believe that the government advice is safe? And how do you feel if others around you don't follow that advice? Although Jane, Sam and I in these videos have talked a little about faith and risk, where does safety, where does mitigating risk come into a Christ-centred response? I've been thinking about this a lot as we consider when and how to open our church buildings for private prayer, when and how to resume public worship on Sundays, how to meet as PCCs, the governing of the church. The risks we've been thinking about in the videos are risks of following God's invitation to trust or following God's call to words and actions. I may feel, you may feel, that God is calling me to do something that could be a risk to myself, just as the Good Samaritan did in the well-known parable. He stopped to see what had happened. He bent down over the man who'd been mugged. He could so easily have been attacked himself. And then later in the story, he did the equivalent of handing his credit card and PIN number over to the innkeeper. That's a different kind of risk. But we don't read that he put others at risk. And I think we do need to consider this in times of COVID-19. If we turn to what's often called the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which are words of Jesus recorded in Luke 6 and Matthew 7, do unto others as you would have them do to you. We still need to interpret this with care. Sloppily interpreted, it can turn into forcing my preferences on everyone else. Well, I'm okay with this, I'd like that, therefore you must be. An example, well, I don't mind if people reach past me to get something off the supermarket shelf, whether or not they're wearing a mask, can sloppily become, therefore I can reach past people to get something off the supermarket shelf if I want to, whether or not I'm wearing a mask. That's not the way to interpret those words, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Rather perhaps think of it like this: almost all of us like our own preferences to be taken into account. So the previous example could become, well, I don't mind if people reach past me to get something off the supermarket shelf, even if they're not wearing a mask. But I won't do the same to others because I don't know how they feel about it. Therefore, as we move further into lockdown easing, I'd invite you to continue to be willing to respond to God, even if it does feel risky to yourself. But also remember not to put others at risk, especially from coronavirus infection. Thanks for watching. May we go in peace to love and serve the Lord. In the name of Christ, Amen.